It's night in the city, and I'm on my way back home. Humming on my favorite ditty, swinging like Natalie Cole. But then out of the blue.
Guys, good morning. We're here. Sorry about the appearance, but I promised you some new makeup products we were going to try together, so I thought we could do a little bit of a Saturday morning slow get ready with me makeup chit chat. And I realised 9 days ago that I asked you guys to send me some questions for a Q&A video. Now I'm one of them people that can't really do two things at once. So I'm hoping this goes well, you know, like putting on the makeup, telling you about products, as well as trying to do a Q&A at the same time. It's a gorgeous January morning. The birds are singing. I have done my skincare glycolic toner. I'm just about to pop on my first layer of moisturiser. So I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I just love taking my time doing my skincare in the morning. I don't know how this is going to go when baby girl's here, because I'm sure like I won't have as much time to spend on things like this. So we'll be looking for like quick fixes, low maintenance routines with a newborn baby. In fact, newborn babies are quite easy, aren't they? Because all they do is eat, sleep, shit, repeat. I love putting on my moisturiser in the morning because I tend to give myself like a really good facial massage. My mirror is in front of you here if I'm looking this way, just so you know. Just gets that blood circulating in the face, helps you to look more alive. Still got the pigmentation, by the way, on my forehead. As you can see, I call it the map of Africa because it happened in Africa on the honeymoon. It's actually one of my New Year goals for 2025. I mean, I didn't do anything big like intentions, goals, vision boards. I don't do anything like that. And this year, I mean, it's just been about taking it slow and living in the moment and living an unhurried life. That's my main goal this year. I've got some beauty goals I'd like to achieve. I do want to try some micro needling facials. Last year, as you all probably know, I did do the CO2 laser resurfacing, and although that's a treatment that keeps on giving, like it's still regenerating new skin cells as we go along, I'm quite happy with how it's improved my skin. Will I go barefaced still at the moment? No. So yeah, I am looking to improve luminosity and maybe try and get rid of this pigmentation and improve the scarring a little bit further. I also want to just add a little bit more maintenance with my teeth. There's some bonding work that I'd like to get done as well. It's just little tiny tweakments, and although I've never had any like surgery, fillers, Botox, I have never had any Botox. In fact, this line here, I've started to notice now I'm 40 and I'm like, maybe I should have had a little bit of Botox. Maybe. I'm scared to death of measles, so there's no chance. I'm just going to have to really like look after my skin. Lumi Glotion, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, so I've been waiting to try this. There is one of these products that I absolutely love, and it is the By Terry CC serum. However, it's super duper expensive, so if you're looking for that all over glow, it's like this Glotion, I believe, and this is so much more affordable. That's what it looks like. So it's a bit like a moisturizing lotion. As you can see, it's like tinted. It says you can pop this on like after makeup, under makeup. I can see that I have a little bit more of a healthier glow from this L'Oreal Glotion. And like I said, if I was happier with the texture of my skin, I would absolutely probably go barefaced with a product just like that. Everything I'm doing with my face today on screen, linked down below in order of appearance with the products that I've used. How are you feeling now you're about to have your little girl? I had my Down syndrome daughter at 40 and my son at 43. That's really good to know, because I love hearing these stories about older mums, because obviously I'm now 40 and about to have a baby, and at first it really freaked me out, the age. Like, I really believed naively that I was like really infertile at this age, and that's the beauty about being on the internet, because I'm hearing all of your stories of fertility and, you know, having babies in later life, and it's made me feel so much less alone than I would have done otherwise. Clearly I could have another one by the time I'm 43, because you have. Anxious, nervous and excited. But I think that's kind of normal, isn't it? I'm struggling with just the change, because I've been, I suppose, selfish for a long time, you know, like Joelle's grown up. Joelle like stopped needing me a long time ago, and I was getting used to her not needing me, and I went through a really tough stage of empty nest syndrome. Now, if you have older children, you're going to understand this. None of my friends get it because they've still got kids at school, so they haven't gone through that empty nest syndrome stage, you know, where you've been a mum all these years and literally they've blown the nest. I saw something that said, you're not an empty nester, you're a bird launcher. You've launched them, they've gone off into the world, you've done your job, and that's really helped me out. You know, because you get some mums that keep a hold of the children, don't you? Do you know what I mean? And they don't want them to get let go of them and let them go off into the world. And I was feeling a bit like that before I like got my head around, like, no, you've done your job. You've done your job really well. She's quite comfortable and independent enough to go off into the world. And yeah, she's probably going to make some mistakes, but that's not going to be how she learns. And you're just still here. You're still right here, ready to guide her should she want to fly back to the nest. And that is what's really helped me out. But the transitioning, I mean, of being a mum all those years and then all of a sudden not being needed anymore, it's this feeling, the empty nest syndrome, they call it. It's another heartbreak. I always say, and this is what always put me off being a mum, it's heartbreaking being a mum, isn't it? You're raising something you cannot live without all of a sudden, that you love so much and you can't live without, to live without you. And then you have to watch them go off. And it's the most heartbreaking thing in the whole world. And yeah, it's just sad. And like, therefore, I'd rather not put myself through it. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I got through the empty nest syndrome and got a little bit selfish, I suppose. It's me time now. What do you want to do? It's just been me and Ash. I can go out when I want. I can go here when I want. I can get up when I want. I don't, but if I wanted to. And obviously, we're right back to square one with having a baby again. So it's going to be a massive change again. It's like I just got over the change of losing a child to the world. But you've just got to trust God and have faith. And at the same time, I feel like I've been given a second chance, because this 20-year age gap has given me hindsight, valuable lessons and teachings. And I just think that's part of the human experience, you know, like when you sit down and you go, why are we here? What's this all for? This human experience. Is it to learn? Is it to learn lessons? Are you learning the life lessons from this life? That's how I think. I think really deeply. I overthink. We went a little bit deep there, didn't we? But that, if that answers your questions, I'm just anxious and nervous. I want to get it right. But yeah, I'm going to chill out a little bit more this time. Just be a bit more present, definitely, and enjoy every single moment. Okay, next question is, who decided on your little darling's name, and will she have a middle name? Oh, this is quite exciting. So if you missed it, Ash actually decided on her name when we did the private gender scan at 16 weeks. I was convinced it was a boy. If you missed those videos, they are on a playlist. But yeah, I was convinced we were having a boy. In fact, everybody was, even all of you guys. And Ash was just convinced from day dot he was having a girl. It's almost like he knew. I can't imagine him being a boy dad now. Like, he's definitely a girl dad. Oh wow, he's definitely a girl dad. He's going to be the best daddy. I mean, he would have been to a boy as well, but he's more of a girl dad. Absolutely, the way he treats me. I mean, like, it would be a crying shame if he didn't have a girl. Right from that appointment on the way home that day, he had a name come to him that he really loved. And in his mind, that has been it ever since. And so, yeah, I just think that's really special if he chooses her name, and it's beautiful. However, it was early on, and I'm aware that you can get excited over a name and then it can change right up until when you've laid eyes on them and they've just been born and you're like, oh, this baby doesn't look like a so-and-so. She looks like this name instead. So I've tried to tell him that. Would you believe it? True to form, we did have a wobble last week with the name. We were like, are we sure on this name? And we was like, I don't know. There's another name that we really like. And so there's two floating around. And for me personally, I'm going to wait until she's born and then I'll give my opinion to Ash. He's still adamant with his own name. However, he does like the other name that we've got as well. So we will just have to see. It's so exciting. I just don't want to get it wrong. It's like a big deal naming a child, isn't it? Like, I hope she likes her name. I've mentioned this in one of the baby name videos that I've done on my pregnancy playlist, somewhere along the line anyway. But basically, we have a really awkward surname, and so the middle name is beautiful, and not only that, it really rolls well with the surname. We can choose any first name we want in my mind now, and because of the middle name goes well with every single first name we've chosen, it also rolls really well with the awkward surname that we have. So yeah, the middle name is absolutely definite, and I can't wait to share that with you. It's beautiful. How are you feeling? You look fabulous. Well, thank you. I feel amazing, not gonna lie. I do. I mean, apart from anxious, nervous and excited, like I mentioned at the start, which is normal feelings, isn't it? So close to having a bloody baby. But yeah, I feel lovely otherwise, in myself, in my health and my wellness. I feel really well rested. I feel healthy. Honestly, I did not appreciate my mobility. Like, literally can't walk far. It feels like there's a wrecking ball, a concrete ball sitting in my pelvis, and every time I stand up or try to walk, it feels like it's like heavy concrete ball and it's gonna fall out, and I'm trying to hold on to it. It's literally the only way I can describe it. I didn't get that first time around with Joelle, but yeah, loads of pressure on my pelvis. So mobility is limited. Like, I'd love to just go on a long walk, get out into nature, get out where them birds are in them woods. Honestly, I am dying and I cannot wait to have this baby, get my mobility back. Obviously, I'm going to need to recover for a bit first, but after recovery, take it easy, but get outside and walk with that gorgeous pram. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Bump is just so cute and compact. Like, I really hit the jackpot with the bump this time round. I mean, I didn't have I wasn't like misshapen or anything last pregnancy, but I don't remember it being this cute. I mean, it's always cute in the second trimester, isn't it? But yeah, she's all at the front, so she's just like a perfect round, and I've not put any weight on anywhere else, and that's all down to my husband because he has been looking after me so amazingly. I feel better than I did when I was 19 and pregnant, let me just say that, and I'm 40 and pregnant. I feel like I look better, I feel better. Isn't that just so strange? I just mean, as women, we're like conditioned to believe that as we get older, things decline and we get worse or age or get less fertile, when actually it feels like the opposite for me. I feel like I'm aging backwards. I've never felt so amazing. Like, I feel better than I ever did when I was 19-year-old and a spring freaking chicken. Make it make sense. But above all, feeling really blessed, grateful and blessed. Will you be taking maternity leave, and will you show new baby online? Obviously, I'm self-employed, so I don't specifically get paid like a statutory, is it called statutory maternity pay, like you would if you were employed by a company and taking time off. So that's unfortunate in one sense, because obviously I'm self-employed, so I can't take too much time off work. Luckily, my self-employment doing YouTube videos is, I can do it anywhere. It's so flexible in that way, so I'm just really lucky. I mean, I do plan to take off a couple of weeks, obviously, with the new baby. You guys know I've slowed down a lot towards the end, coming up to the birth. And obviously I've gone from 3 videos a week to just 1 a week on a Sunday night. We're going to continue that into newborn life just until I can find my feet with a new baby and a new routine and a new life, so to speak. But I have pre-filmed a couple videos, so you shouldn't be without a video, hopefully. I mean, if you are, you are. It's just, you know, one of them things. It is what it is, and I need to give myself some grace, and I will be doing that. If I don't get a video out, I don't get a video out. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself, and I think that's a really good like spot to be in. Am I going to show baby online? I've been backwards and forwards with this in my mind for months now. I'm definitely going to introduce you guys to her when she has arrived safely into the world, because I can't not like document the journey and then not introduce you to the baby at the end. Like, this has all been leading up to this moment. Like, that would be cruel to do that to you guys. And a lot of you are so excited, and it's so beautiful, and I would love nothing more than to share like every single moment with you all, because you're all so lovely. But like I said a few months ago, you don't know who's watching. We are on the internet, we can't forget that, you know, and I have to, as a parent, be responsible and protect baby girl's privacy at the same time. So yeah, after I've introduced you to her, she's not going to be heavily featured on my channel, as in like I'm not just going to become this like mummy blogger all of a sudden and you're going to see the baby all the time. My channel is still going to remain the same as it's always been in regards to renovation, home interior, because I am still me. I don't want to share my child like that either for privacy reasons. So yeah, she's gonna feature, I'm sure, and there's gonna be some cute little moments during the vlogs where you're gonna see her in the vlogs, and you know, little snippets here and there, but she's not going to be heavily the focus in my videos. And I just think that that's a nice little place to land. So nothing much is going to change. You'll see little bits of baby girl, I'm sure, and you'll hear about her and maybe, and yeah. Oh, this one's a good one. How different was this pregnancy to your first? Oh my God, chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese. Both the girls, by the way, the first time around was awful. with Joelle. And I can't lie, it was awful. I broke out into adult acne that then I had through my 20s and into my early 30s. Sickness was just on another level, and I'm talking like not first trimester sickness, like morning sickness. It was all day and night, and it went on until right up until I were about 6 or 7 months pregnant. Just sick. It was terrible. In fact, the whole pregnancy put me off all these years, to be honest with you. I had heartburn constantly, cramps in the leg in the night. I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't sleep. Like, you name it. It just did not sit well with my body at all. And I hated every moment of it. Fast forward to 20 years later and this pregnancy, and obviously because of my first experience, we're shaped by our experiences. That first time round was the only experience I'd had with pregnancy, so obviously I was anticipating the worst. However, how wrong was I? Now I finally understand when people say they enjoyed the pregnancy, because I've actually enjoyed it this time. Like, I really was surprised myself. This time has been absolutely just lovely. I've not had leg cramps in the night. I'm still sleeping. I am literally on the countdown to giving birth, and I'm still sleeping like an angel through the night. Honestly, it's lovely. I had obviously sickness in the first trimester and the usual bit of emotional roller coaster, hormonal sickness and just changes. But it went away quite quickly, and I had the most wonderful second trimester, and I just feel absolutely lovely in this pregnancy. Like I said, chalk and cheese. Not to mention my hair, skin and nails, absolutely beautiful compared to the first time round. My nails are just amazing and strong, and they're growing like mad. My hair is just lovely. I mean, I am anticipating this, what do you call it, postpartum hair loss. I don't think I got that with Joelle the first time round. I don't remember it anyway, and that's something I would remember, because I do like to make an effort with my appearance, so it is something that I would like really notice. So I know these things can happen and they're normal during pregnancy and postpartum, so I'm anticipating maybe something happening with my hair, but at the moment there's no hair loss, and it's really thick and healthy, and my skin has, I feel like, has never looked this good. It's amazing. You know when people say when you're pregnant, you're glowing? I feel like I am. How do you rate Ash out of 10 for his support during your pregnancy? 1,000 out of 10. That husband of mine can do no wrong in my eyes. And believe me, I am the most pernickety, picky, critical person you'll ever meet. Like, I'm very particular. Yeah, my standards are very high, and sometimes too high for people. Like, I hold him to the highest of standards, to the highest of regards. He never lets me down, that man. He never lets me down. He's my real life Rip Wheeler. And I've said it before because I've only just recently watched Yellowstone, and oh wow, it's just been amazing, that programme. If you've not watched that series, it takes a little while to get into it if you're new to it and you haven't seen it, but once you're into it, you're hooked. It's one of them. He could not be more like Rip Wheeler. He's my Rip Wheeler. Anything he puts his hand to, he just like smashes it out of the park. He does not half-arse anything, and I love that. He is all in. Choosing the right father for your children really matters. Oh my god, like, you wouldn't believe. I know that, like I said, from hindsight from the first time round, because although Ash is Joelle's dad and he's brought her up from when she was like 3 years old, he's not her biological father, and I got it so wrong the first time round, being so young. So I know this only too well. Both of our girls are so lucky to have him, but this little one, from being newborn, like, she has hit the jackpot. when it comes to daddies, let me tell you that. He's been to every single appointment. He's not missed one appointment. Even the most like insignificant appointments, he's just not missed a thing. I have not looked at those silly badger notes, you know, the digital notes that they give you where all the appointments go and all of this jargon and the stuff. I cannot be bothered with it. I say that, it sounds really ignorant, like I'm uninterested, but I don't like all that stuff. I mean, I would have had to deal with it if Ash didn't do it, but I mean, luckily he's dealt with it all. He knows I get stressed with stuff like that, and I can't deal with medical stuff. I've got like a medical phobia, so he's dealt with it all. He has cooked, he's cleaned, he has showered me, held me while I've cried, he has sat there with face masks on with me. You name it, everything you would want your husband to be during your pregnancy, he has been that and more. Truly, truly, I have never felt more loved and beautiful in my whole life. Okay, another Ash question. How excited is Ash getting? He's getting a little bit giddy now, I can't lie. We're on the countdown to the birth now, and we know the week that she's going to be born, not necessarily the date, but we've got it rounded down to the week because we're having an elective C-section. That man has been glowing since the day he found out. Bless him. And do you know what? Like, that is the most thing I'm excited for the most, is watching him with his little girl. Like, the most. He has saved all of his holidays at work from last year, I believe, and took them all as his paternity leave. So basically, he is going to be with us both for not just the usual 2 weeks paternity leave that they give you at work. He's got about 6 weeks off, and it's just going to be the most special time. We're going to be in this little like newborn bubble together for 6 weeks, and I just can't wait. It's like the most special time, and how sweet is that he did that. Yeah, lots of daddy-daughter bonding time. It's just going to be so magical, just a magical time together to be had. I bought this new Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil. I bought this specifically for my hospital bag. You will see this featured in my hospital bag video, but I thought I'm going to give it a try today because I don't usually use a pencil like this. Oh, good God, sisters, not twins. We've got to remember that. I always have one eyebrow that like acts up. Do you? Obviously, that's my first time using a pencil, so I'm sure if I used that every day, I would get better and better at it. But not a bad product for the hospital, and just easy to carry around. I mean, these brows aren't perfect, but there's something there. Branding has rubbed off this, but this is one of my favourite Benefit brow products. This is the Gimme Brow, and it's a little tiny brow brush, spoolie, and it's got obviously product in it, but the product, it's like it brushes through your brows and it makes the hairs look and appear thicker if you don't have that many hairs. So Precisely My Brow with the hair strokes and the pencil, then this over the top to give it like those hairs if you like a bushy brow. I don't know about you, but I don't have that many hairs in my brows. I don't have like naturally bushy brows. So yeah, I love this product for that reason. Do you have any more plans to do renovations on this house? Yes, if you've been following along on the vlogs and the renovation vlogs, I've just actually last week, I asked these question boxes before that video went out, so you'll probably know already by now, but last week I posted a renovation vlog and went through all of the new plans this new year with regards to what's happening in the renovation now. We've now moved our attentions to the pantry garage conversion. We was going to use it as a pantry and convert it that way. However, if you watched last week's video, you'll know that the plans have changed with that. We've got some new exciting plans. We're now going to have a new entryway. I'll let you watch that video because it's like a very detailed video as to what's going on with the renovation. Work has started. In fact, like I said, it's Saturday today. Hubby's down there. He's building the wall. We're looking at front doors as we speak, new front doors for a new entrance, which will not only give us a new entrance into the utility from the inside of the property, but also it sets us up for the outside of the property as well. So this year was the renovation of the curb appeal of the house, the courtyard and the garden that wraps around into the back, into the woodland. And hopefully through the spring and summer, that is what we'll be concentrating on in the renovation and finishing off the house. Plenty to get at for the spring and summer, and that is what we'll be doing when it comes to like house renovations. It's just going to be lovely as well, just having the baby, you know, like in the spring and in the summer, and hopefully having a little space outdoor. And then if we're still here next year, it'll just be wonderful because we'll be able to sit out a lot, and she'll be like, what will she be, like 1 year old? Just weird, isn't it? Like life is just going to be so different. Okay, this person made me laugh because she asked so many questions in one go, which is fine. But will you share the news when baby arrives, soon after baby arrives? Yes, I plan to share the news as soon as baby girl arrives. I mean, as soon as I'm well enough to share the news, you know. I will be going through major surgery, so give me a minute, you know. But yeah, I'll share the fact that she's arrived safely into the world as soon as possible. Probably on Instagram, I'm not sure. Just follow me over there because I do like to post sneaky peeks at things on there anyway. So if you're really interested and you don't want to miss anything, then go and follow me on Instagram. There might be something on there, but I will share on YouTube as soon as possible as well, and just let you all know that she's here and she's safe and she's well. Maybe, I think so. Anyway, that's what I plan to do, should everything go really well. And then this person has asked, will you reveal her name at the same time? I don't know about that. I don't think I will at first. It depends how I announce her. I did plan to do a birth story. So obviously we're going to have baby girl. We're going to need a moment. I've just had a baby. And to take it all in, me and Ash, and you know, I want to be very fully present in that moment and not miss a thing. And obviously it's major surgery as well, so like I really don't want to be thinking about being online and like, you know, providing I feel really well enough to do so, and sitting down and just like, you know, this meet our baby kind of a thing, giving you a bit of a birth story and introducing you to her and naming and revealing her baby name and revealing her name that way as I introduce you to her in like the birth story video. That's what I anticipated to do. So we'll just have to see how it goes. And like I said, we have had a bit of a wobble with the name. So I, you know, we're not at 100% at the moment. I'm sure we will be when she is here. And by the time I'm like revealing her and introducing you to her, we should have settled on the final name. Same person, different question. Will Ash be videoing the birth? So this person also asked as well in a separate question, I remember seeing it, about birth vlogs. I've not been watching any birth vlogs. I can't do it to myself, everybody. I can't watch other people's birth vlogs, not at this point when I'm about to go and have my own. It's too much, my brain can't take it, or all of what's going on in. I've been avoiding birth vlogs. It's just a personal thing for myself. I cannot do that to my brain. I'm a very anxious person, overthinker, and I won't be able to sleep thinking about things, and there's no point worrying or causing myself any like worry and stuff leading up to what I'm about to do. I just need to focus on myself. So no, I've not been watching anybody else's birth vlogs. I can't do that. Like, I wouldn't watch one born every minute or anything like that. I can't do it. I'm just not that way inclined. You all know I've got a medical phobia. I can't even believe I'm going through this process of having a baby in the beginning. So yeah, I have been keeping away from anything unnecessary. Hear me out. I don't want to not film it. I'm not saying you guys are going to see a birth vlog from me, because I don't think you will be. If you do, I'll be very surprised, because not only is that very private and intimate, and I'm not slating anybody that does post those kind of things. Like, that's, you do you, boo. But that's not me. And I find that a very intimate moment, and just for us, because of the nature of what I do every day and collecting the moments and the family moments, I do want to film a bit of a birth vlog if I can. And so yeah, I'm going to be filming, or we will be filming, as much of the process as possible, but for our own family archives, so to speak. Will you see any of that footage? Maybe I'll share snippets of it, maybe, I don't know. But we will be filming, not necessarily for you guys, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait and see. Next question is, you said you was having a C-section. Is there a medical reason for this? And kind of, yeah. So I'm having an elected C-section. So the consultant has recommended me have a C-section. Still, they recommended it because I'm high risk, and the factors of high risk for me are my age, for one of them, the fact that I've had a C-section before and a traumatic birth. So with Joelle, we had to, it wasn't necessarily an emergency because baby wasn't stressed, but we were there for a long time. My body is so small. Joelle was a massive baby. It's called macrosoma, I think it's called. I'll leave it on the screen. Some women carry big babies. I'm one of them. So the first time round was quite traumatic. Went into labour naturally, and she ended up being a 9.7 baby, massive, too big for my body to get out. You know, like back in the olden days when they used to say, oh, you need to have childbearing hips. Like, women died from this, having big babies, then the bodies couldn't birth the baby. So they'd get stuck, and obviously they didn't have all the medical like interventions and things like that. But anyway, it's called macrosoma, and you have big babies. That is me. So that's another factor. What was the other factors? Anyway, they offered me a cesarean section, and it's still up to you whether you want to or not. But I absolutely wanted to anyway, because like I said, I'm medical phobic. So due to my own anxieties anyway, regardless of the high risk factors involved, I would have asked, can I have a cesarean section? Because I know it. I had one the first time round, and I know the procedure, I know how it goes. I feel a little bit more in control with that versus a natural birth. You don't know when you're going to go into labour, you don't know if that baby's going to get stuck. It's all of that anxiety and worry. I would just be worrying to death. And this way it's much more controlled. Like I said, I've got no pain threshold and no business having a baby. And so, due to all of those reasons, including my own medical phobia, anxieties, etc., that is the reason we are opting for an elected C-section. So it's going to be dead easy. We're going to go in on the day that's planned. We're going to have a spinal epidural, and within 10 minutes, baby girl's going to be born. And I am very happy with that outcome. There is nothing about a natural birth that is appealing to me at all whatsoever. I know there's these like arguments online when people say like, oh, you haven't given birth if you haven't given birth naturally, and like I don't even care what anyone's saying. Like, you do what works for you the best. As long as baby girl arrives safely into the world, doesn't matter how. That's how I see it anyway. And I think, you know, the mother gets lost in all of this sometimes. You really have to look after yourself, advocate for yourself, and do what's right for you, not what everyone tells you to do. So that's the plan, and that's what's scheduled to happen. If, however, plan B, we go into labour spontaneously, they have said that obviously we'll get you in the hospital, epidural in, that's my plan, epidural so there's no pain, and then the C-section will be brought forward to accommodate the fact that you've gone into labour early. So that's that. Okay, last question. It says, you and Ash have mentioned that you went with the flow in the past, as in regards to contraception and getting pregnant. So we didn't have contraception and we just left it up to God. We have mentioned that in the past. Will you be doing that again for future after you've had this baby? Or will you be preventing a pregnancy? Obviously, things have changed. When I said that, I meant when I was in my early 20s. And as the years went by, like I said, 16 years of infertility and of it not happening and leaving it up to God and leaving it up to going with the flow and all of that, and it didn't happen. I forgot all about it over those years, over 16 years. So it was genuinely a surprise when I got to this age, and then all of a sudden very fertile for some reason. That being said, we need to be responsible and one baby at once, please. Definitely don't want to be taking pills, like contraceptive pill. It doesn't work well with my body. I don't want chemicals inside me that are unnecessary, etc. And so maybe we need to sit Ashley down and ask him to, you know, have a little snippy snip. We will come back to that. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to be having the contraceptive talk in the next few weeks and months, because I don't really want to be getting pregnant straight away. Anyway, that's for sure. At the same time, Ash is like, it's God's will. We'll just leave it up to God. He thinks he's totally in his baby making era all of a sudden, that one. I said, just wait for this one to come around first and then tell me how you feel 6 weeks in. Oh my God, I forgot to show you the last two products. We've got a Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat. This is in the shade Icon Baby. That's really pretty. I've just used it with some lip balm as a little bit of a lipstick, a little bit of a liner. That's really pretty. Love that. Also, this Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Let's just move my hair out the way, because I remember when I got this product back in the autumn, and I sprayed a little bit and it got in my hair and set my hair as well. That's how strong it is. So let's set the makeup. Oh, I must admit that smells absolutely beautiful. Some smell really awful, don't they, when you're spraying them on your face? I do like the ones that smell lovely. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and I believe that it's really good. I've actually just seen someone use a hack last night. I'll pop it on the screen because I saved it for us. And yeah, it was a reel, and she was like, makeup hack. She had some Laura Mercier setting powder, under eye setting powder, and she mixed it with the airbrush airbrush setting spray, and then set the under eye. It looked absolutely incredible. Yeah, I look as fresh as a daisy. Like I said, I am no mascara. I was no mascara in 2024, and I'm going to continue being a no mascara girl in 2025. I love the look. I think it's toned down, really easy for mum life, and yeah, it's a bit of a trend as well, isn't it? So at least I'm on trend. I've been jibber jabbering the whole time. I'm surprised my battery has not run out. It's literally going to just conk at any second now. So I'm going to go and have some brunch. I can smell food. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
Your place is closer than mine.